Okay, guys, I'm going to say that this episode was a little better. It was still disturbing, but it wasn't scary. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so the scene opens up where the police are searching for Flora. It hasn't been quite 72 hours yet, or it's coming up on 72 hours. Now, they was walking around, Lee, Matt, and Shelby, and Lee went off in her area, and when she went to her area, she walked up on this, of course, pig and a doll baby. It was like the pig head, and then the doll baby leg, and then the pig leg. It just was like chopped up and like somehow put together to form a body. It was disturbing. It was crazy. Okay. So then they she hollered and she like, come here. So Matt and Shelby came over and they looked at the pig slash doll baby. So then what happened was they wandered off some more in the woods and they walked up on this house. Now the house was disgusting. It was nasty. Of course, it had pigs everywhere, pig head in the refrigerator. It was maggots and flies everywhere. The baby wasn't in there. Flora wasn't in there. But when they came outside, they seen the barn. And they went inside the barn, and oh my good goony goo goo, it was goony goo goos inside the barn. Okay, like it was like they was like covered in like dirt, and they were like feeding off of something. I don't know what the heck it was, but I'm pretty sure it was a pig. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it was like what the crap. But later on, they called the police and they took the boys, because they were boys, to the police station, and they cleaned them up. Once they washed all that, I don't know what the heck was on them, dirt. I don't know. It was like they had a layer of cigarette ashes or something on them. And once they washed them up, they looked like human beings, but they were talking like in a language that was like, what are you saying? But all Lee could think is, if they do this to their own children, what they gonna do to my baby? Mm-hmm. You keep that in mind, Lee. You keep that in mind. So the baby daddy comes to the police station, and he's like pissed, and I don't blame him. He pissed. Who wouldn't be pissed? Like me, if I was the baby daddy, I would want to smack her in the face, because we here because of you, lady. So then they went back to the house, and they're looking for Flora again. And now it is indeed 72 hours. And they don't, she's like, okay, I'm have to face the inevitable that, because I guess once you get to that 72-hour point, that you have to start, thinking that maybe my baby, it's not, alive. Maybe my baby is dead. Maybe we should be looking for a body instead of a baby. So then, the baby daddy is pissed. He in the house like, oh, this is your fault, Lee, because see, you came and got this baby, and you knew I was doing this, and you knew that I was trying to get full custody. This is why you doing this. And Lee was like, no, that wasn't what I was trying to do. I wouldn't do anything to hurt this baby. Because the baby daddy like, oh, where you got her? You police worthy. Where you got her at? You hiding her somewhere. She run up on the baby daddy, Mason, and Mason push her off of him like, "B, get off me! I'm sick of you. My baby is missing because of you." So then they try and get some sleep, because actually they just, all this. It's been 72 hours. They haven't gotten any sleep. They're just tired, and I can dig it. I can dig it. I don't even understand how they are able to sleep. If anything, if they're sleeping, it's from exhaustion. Because when you got something on your head, like a baby missing, oh my goodness. So then while they were asleep, the police called Matt and was like, Matt, we need you and your family to get down here. And so they get down there, and what do they see on the tree? It's not the baby. It's Mason ass up on the tree, cooked. Them pig people, man. I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, why do they like gotta grill everything, and and cook and barbecue everything. Like I don't get the correlation. Maybe they'll say it later because you know, um, American Horror Story. They do things to you that you don't figure out till later. All right, so when they get back to the house, Matt realizes, oh man, I got 2 alerts on my phone because the cameras went off. So he was watching the feeds. Now remember, he had placed cameras in the house so that he can keep track of the movement that's going on in the house. And guess what was in the goddamn what happened? Okay, so after the baby daddy left, after Matt and Lee had, I mean not Matt, Mason and Lee had got into it. After Mason and Lee had got into it, Lee had left 15 minutes after Mason, the baby daddy, left. She was gone for 4 hours and then came back in. That was just enough time to throw her baby daddy all up on a tree and throw some lighter fluid on him and set him on fire. So, Matt and Shelby is looking at each other like, oh my God, we got a crazy person in our house. We need to do something about this. But all along, Lee right there looking. And if I was them, I'd be like, oh my God, we got the crazy person in our house. The short dude from Will and Grace, Leslie, the guy that was like who had that constant back and forth with what's her name? Karen. He was real short. He had to be like 4'3". He played in a lot of good movies. He plays on RuPaul Drag Race sometime, but I remember his name being Leslie on Will and Grace. So he popped up and he was like, oh, I was in bed and some spirits came and they was whispering in my ear and told me to come help y'all. So then Matt was like, that's okay. You can go ahead about your business. But he was official because they Googled, Leslie. What's his name? I can't think of his name, but I'm going to call him Leslie. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But the little short guy, Leslie. He was like, Google me because I'm a bad mother sucker. Y'all need to Google me. I get things done. I find babies all over the world, god dag on it. And they Googled him and he was official. So then he got this little stick and he walking through the house, banging on the house, boop, boop, boop. And he stopped and he looked over right at the closet, that little rectangle, or not rectangle, that little octagon closet that was in the corner. And he was like, oh, she was in there. And of course, it was the closet where Foreign Priscilla was playing, where she made that deal. Look, if you don't kill me, I'll give you this doll baby, or if you kill me last, I'll give you this doll baby. So then that's when they went over and they opened the door and they smelled something. It was like a bonnet or a rag or something. And Leslie was like, she's not dead. He needed permission from the owner of the home to speak to the spirits. And Shelby's like, yeah, go ahead, do it. So then, they in like a little seance around a table and stuff. And he cut something, he cut blood and he put it on the candle and it dripped into the candle and up pops the pig princess. Kathy Bates, when she came out, she came out the darkness and the shadows. She was like, this is my house. My job is to protect this house. And y'all is getting in my way. Especially like them nurses. Remember them nurses from the last one, them nurses from, chapter 2 had to get it too, Y'all better stop playing with her. So, and she told her, she was like, oh yeah, and your little daughter, for real, your daughter, she would be somewhere cooked or barbecued somewhere. But that daggone bastard, Priscilla, she got her, hiding her somewhere. Lee pulled that thing out on him when he was talking that 25,000. I knew old crazy Lee. I said, no, he know. Lee will pull that thing out on him. Oh, she did. She did. And Matt was like, just give me the gun, Lee. Give me the gun. Because you mess around, shoot him, then shoot all of us. Just give me the gun. So that's when he left and whispered something in her ear. And come to find out, what he whispered in her ear was, see, I know that you be losing your daughters, because come to find out, she had another daughter named Emily. And Emily and her, she had this daughter when she was 17. And at 23, because she said it was 5, the little girl was 5 when she lost her. So at 23, and don't all y'all get so daggone judgmental. Don't act like back in the 70s and the 80s, y'all mama ain't leave you in the damn car and went in the store because she ain't feel like carrying all our asses in the damn store. Just stay here and don't open the damn door till I come back. Don't act like y'all mamas ain't do it. But Lee, what happened was when she got back to the car, that little girl was gone. Gone. So, this is the second daughter she done lost, So everybody looking at her sideways like, what the hell is going on, girl? What is going on? She came up with the $25,000. She put that on a credit card or something. And next minute, they go into the story of the pig people, the lost colony of Roanoke. So that's when you find out that Kathy Bates, when she was in her human form, she was a big wig in her colony. But I guess they could, the colony was like, no, we are about to overthrow you. We about to put this cage thing on your head. I don't even know why they did that to her. I don't know. But guess who was helping the people? Put the cage thing on her head and throw her to the wolves. Her son. And her son was Mandrake. The guy from the guy with the two heads with Freak Show. Was it Freak Show? Yeah, because remember, like on was it October 31st, he would come out and he would take people's spurs, like he had a head in the front and a head in the back. That was her son on the show. So at any rate, her son was like, I'm sorry, mama, but get your ass on out there, okay? So while she out there, she all beaten down and messed up, out come this old demon, and the demon is Gaga, okay? So I'm gonna call the Demon Gaga. So Demon Gaga just come out and just hands her his heart. I don't know if it was Kathy Bates' heart. I don't know, because it was so dark and there was so much going on. I don't know. But she hands her this heart, and Kathy Bates bite into the daggone heart, and next minute Kathy Bates is back. The pig princess is back. So she back at the colony or the village, and I mean they call her the butcher, y'all. Next minute I know, she got a thing, and and she walk up on her son, and her son was like, mama, and she was like, oh, I'm a spare you, because if you didn't come from my own vagina, or you be over there with your friend and your cousin over there, see, you act like you don't know who I am, because I hurt you. So then it goes back to the house, and they all looking for a floor again. They all just looking for floor. So then they walk up on Kathy Bates in the forest, because they in the forest on the land, looking for the baby. And then Lee and Shelby are right there. Lee, Shelby, and Leslie are right there conversing with Kathy Bates. And Kathy Bates is like, y'all need to get up out of here. And Lee was like, oh, we'll leave. You ain't said nothing but a word. And she was like, wait a minute, Shelby looking like, what you talking about? We gonna leave. What you talking about? This is my house. Hold the heck on. Lee was like, not only will we leave the house, but we'll burn this mother sucker down. Shelby was like, what? Oh, where's Matt? Wait, Matt nowhere to be found. So then Shelby like, oh no, I got to get this Negro together. I got to get him together. So she walking around. Oh my God. What the heck is wrong with these people from American Horror Story? Why Shelby walk up on her husband, screwing the Demon Gaga, and then the Demon Gaga just look up like, yeah, I'm screwing your husband. Oh my gosh, I was so dead. So they back at the house, and he's just walking up to the house like, do. Shelby like, oh, so you finished over there? You finished right there? And see, he just walked up like, what's up, Shelby? She was like, what's up? So you gonna burn the house down and then screw old Demon Gaga in the backyard? He was like, what you talk about? He can't recall nothing. He can't remember nothing. She was like, as he's like, huh, what you talking about? Man, he turning around and the police got Lee in the squad car. Comes up. Same people you meet on the way up are the same people you meet on the way down. YouTubers. Let's be good to each other. Peace.